Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I do everything budgeting here on this channel, as well as I go over the income to the dollar, what I am making as a full-time YouTuber and full-time Etsy owner. So let's get into the video. August was a pretty big month for me, I must say. It's funny how I kind of did a little bit of a switch and went to Etsy as well as doing my YouTube. And I was thinking how important it is as a small business owner to have different outlets of income and different revenues of income. So I've mentioned this before in videos that if you are thinking about going full-time on YouTube or Etsy or any small business for that matter, I feel it is so important to have different revenues of income. So right now, like I mentioned actually in my last video, YouTube, I am not getting a lot of views, and I think that is pretty common for everybody across the board. I have over 10,000 subscribers on my other channel, and I'm usually getting about 1,000 to 2,000 views on a video, which is fantastic. I am so ecstatic about that. However, it feels like my income the last couple months have been down. So I'm not sure if my viewers aren't watching the whole entire video, or they're not watching my commercials all the way through, or if it was just summertime and everybody's doing something else. Like, that's what I kind of rack it up to, because this happened last summer. I've been on YouTube now and monetized for a year. August has been exactly a year that I've been monetized, and I feel like that's the reason. I feel like people are busy during the summer. They are outdoors enjoying summer, their holidays, and what have you. So I am okay with that. However, I am a full-time stay-at-home small business owner. So that is my income. That is the money that I get, you know, through my YouTube and through Etsy to, you know, keep on going and save money and, you know, do all of the things as far as budgeting and cash stuffing and all of those things. So although this income of mine isn't do or die in our situation, however, you know, I am putting in the same amount of hours and time, and, you know, I would like to make a decent income through YouTube and through Etsy. So the main point that I'm trying to get to here is that Etsy has really helped me boost my monthly income. And when I started Etsy, it was kind of like a little hobby. I was interested in budgeting. You guys know my whole budgeting story and the debt we had, and how cash stuffing has really helped us on our financial journey. And that is why I started Etsy, because I love it so much. I love stationery so much, and budgeting and binders and everything. And that's why I started Etsy. And I was thinking to myself, you know, a couple days ago, and I was like, I'm so glad that I just started Etsy and have another form of revenue through Etsy, rather than just relying on YouTube or my affiliate links or my paid products. It's just another source of income that can help me in order to reach my goal financially for the month for income. So I want to tell you that, and how important it is. You know, think of the qualities that you have. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, maybe you want to start an Etsy shop, or, you know, maybe you're in retirement, or you want to start a small business, or you have started a small business and you just want to get your name out there. I highly suggest Etsy is a great platform for getting your name out there. I would have never gotten the amount of orders just by a website, because I am not that well known for budgeting on this platform, on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or anything. Etsy brings in a lot of my orders. So even if you have a small business like this sweater, they are actually a pretty big company, and they have an Etsy shop. So I feel like this, I would never, whatever, I can't even remember the company, but I would have never found that company online. You know, I searched it through Etsy when I was looking for something small business owner, you know, crew neck or whatever, or hoodie. I would have never found something like this just on a website. So I feel like Etsy is really a great platform to get your name out there and for people to find your products. Same with YouTube. YouTube is a great way to start making an income, putting yourself out there. You really don't need anything to start either of those. You really don't. I know I had mentioned and said like how I started up and the money that I had to put out, but depending on what you're doing, you might not have to put money into your business. You can start YouTube with just your phone. You know, it has great camera quality. And, you know, the whole process of YouTube and AdSense doesn't cost anything to start a YouTube channel. And for Etsy, depending on what you're making, you could be crocheting, you could be, you know, macrame, you could be doing something that you do anyways that you're thinking to yourself, maybe somebody would be interested in buying this, you know. So it's just an option. I want to say that at the beginning of this video, that try to have different revenues of income, because if one kind of slacks on the monthly income, the other one might take present and, you know, get that income to where you want it to be for the month. And that's what I wanted to start this video off, because that did happen to me for the month of August. So let's get into the numbers. As you know, I'm a full-time YouTuber and I am a full-time Etsy owner. So first I'm going to go over my income in regards to YouTube. So I have 4, sometimes 5 different revenues from YouTube. So the first one is AdSense, and that is the major one that everybody talks about. That is how you get paid for your videos and views on YouTube, is through AdSense. So my AdSense income for the month of August is $503.73. So once again, it is lower, if not the lowest month that I had. This is from the views in July. So keep that in mind. I feel like July and August views are going to be down for that reason, right? So, but I'm still very, very grateful for that. Don't get me wrong. I am so grateful for the money that I can make by doing this, something that I absolutely love and literally living out my dream. So thank you so much. I know a lot of you come over to this channel from my weight loss channel, and thank you so much for all of your support by watching, you know, my other channel and this channel. It is so appreciative. Next is going to be sponsorships. I still only had the one sponsorship, and that was $75. I really did not put myself out there. Sometimes companies do reach out to me. However, that as well hasn't been happening. So it's important that if you do want to up your sponsorships, you can always reach out to your favorite company and see if they're interested in doing a collaboration together. I just haven't had that time to do that. However, you know, depending on how my months go, I might be interested in doing that. I love sponsorships, but that's my decision and my choice on my channel. And thankfully my viewers are pretty good about watching and sitting through my sponsorship videos. So, but still only had the one this month. Next is my affiliate income. So I do have affiliate links from my main channel, and they are companies that I have worked with and for a while, and they are products that I have used since the very beginning of my weight loss journey. So I also want to say, make sure that you do affiliates with something that you believe in and something that you use on a repeat basis. And you know, it's something that I trust and know that it's worth the money, and that's why I share those on my channel. So the income for that for the month of August was $281.86. And next is going to be my paid products. So I do have a website that is from my main channel. It is a weight loss website where I have a keto ebook for sale, and I offer keto coaching as well. And I also offer newsletters on a monthly basis. It's for a small fee, but it also is a product that I create and that is available for purchase. And through my paid products, I earned $169.43. And that is my income from my YouTube channel. Once in a while, I will get gifted products as far as products itself or by a dollar amount. I have not received any of that during the month of August, but that is also another stream of income that sometimes I do have on a monthly basis. So that is everything to go with YouTube. Let's get into Etsy. So Etsy was another big month for me. And my goal with Etsy lately is to make over $2,000 a month on Etsy. That is my goal. So that is the goal for August. That was the goal for August, and it now is the goal going into September as well. So for the month of August through Etsy, I made $1,841.71. So I am beyond excited about that. Again, you guys, I started my Etsy shop at the end of June, and you know, the 2 months that I have been on Etsy, it has been over $1,800. So I am ecstatic. I love it. I am so loving it. It is definitely my thing. It is 100% my thing. I enjoy doing it, coming down, working on orders, creating orders, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So my grand total for the month of August for my income was $2,871.73. So that is my total income for the month. And as you can see, Etsy really helped me boost that income up. So without Etsy, I would have made about $1,000, and I'm still grateful for that. Like I said, this income isn't do or die with our budget. But of course, you know, you want to make income, right? That's why I am at home, and I am a small business owner, and that is kind of the goal, is to make income. So I'm really ecstatic with that Etsy. And like I said, I can't stress enough, by really thinking about other avenues of income, not necessarily just through YouTube or just through Etsy. I feel like you need to have different incomes. So take that information, and you know, if you're thinking about it, or even if you are working a full-time job and you need to boost your income, consider even like Avon or Pampered Chef or something like that you can do in your off time and that you can promote, and people can place orders with you. You make a little bit of money by doing it, and it's a great side hustle job. So that is what I mean by like kind of having different income streams and disassociating yourself, like with YouTube. Like with me, it's Etsy and YouTube. They are totally different identities. Yes, I mentioned my Etsy shop on my budgeting channel here, but in the end, it's different, you know, and that's what I want to stress to you. If you are thinking about starting Etsy or something else, I highly recommend maybe considering having another stream of income. All right, let's break down the numbers. I'm not going to go over my expenses, but my expenses usually per month usually equal about $150 for my expenses. And that includes like my website cost, I think is around $50. Canva is around $17 a month. So all of those are just my expenses. It's not a lot, but it's usually around $130, $150 a month. But this is how I break it down. I break it down into percentages because of course my income changes every month, right? Some months I have only $1,800. This month I have $2,800 to work with. So when you work on percentages instead of dollar amounts, it really helps you to figure out, you know, the percentage of your income rather than a dollar amount. Because if you're only making $1,000 a month and, you know, you want to pay yourself $800, you know, you only have $200 left to work with as far as expenses and taxes and all of those things. So I highly recommend doing it percentage wise. So I leave in my bank account 10% for my expenses. My expenses, like I said, are usually around $150, but 10% usually always covers that. So this month, 10% of my expenses is $287. So that is more than enough, but that's okay. I just leave it in my bank account. And then what I do for my taxes is I have a savings account attached to my business checking account. And I transfer from my business checking account, where all of my income goes to, I transfer out my taxes into my savings account so that I have it there just in case I do need to pay taxes on my business. So 20% is what my accountant had suggested for me to do, and that equals $574. So I will transfer that over to my business savings account and leave it there. And then 70% is what I've been working with the last couple months for my income. Because what I do, I have mentioned this before in my videos, is I take 70% or sometimes it's 60% of my income and I divide that by 2, and that is what my income and paydays are for the next month. Do you follow me? So 70% of the amount that I've earned is about $2,000. It was a little over $2,000, but I rounded it off at $2,000. So 70% is $2,000, and that $2,000 I divide it by 2 for my paydays when I pay myself in September. So September 13th, I will pay myself $1,000. That is going to be my paycheck. And then September 27th is going to be $1,000, and that will be my paycheck. And then I budget my paycheck from that income. I hope that makes sense to you. But that is how I pay myself, and it works really, really well. I love doing it by the percentages. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher. For the month of September, this is a higher amount that I'm paying myself, so which I am thrilled about. Sometimes it's $600, sometimes it's $700 for my paydays, but it works out really, really well with the system that I'm doing. And I just want to also mention, if you are thinking about a business, is start a business account. As soon as I started getting paid from AdSense, that was my first stream of income ever, like to receive money from my business, was through YouTube. And as soon as I got paid, I made sure that I opened up a bank account right after that. My first paycheck did go into my personal account, but after that, I started a business account and I opened that, and I changed everything as far as like my affiliate payments, my ad set payments, my Etsy payments, like all of those payments that I receive money from go into my business account so I can keep it separately. So when it's tax time, I have it all in order, and I'm pretty organized with that sort of stuff. So when I did my taxes this year, my accountant was like, wow, you have everything organized, like to the point where I print off each month of my bank statement from my business account, and I go through my receipts and I attach my receipts to that month. Like, I am very organized in that sense, but I highly recommend opening a business account, you guys. It will save you so much hassle, and it will help you grow your business. So when you have money in your business account, like I mentioned, that's what I did when I first started my own business and I left my physical job. I made sure that I had a lot of income in my account, and I used some of that income in order to buy products for my Etsy shop and to start my Etsy shop up, to get products, to get a laminator, to get laminating paper, to get all of the supplies, shipping supplies, and all of that. I used that income in order to start that. And so that's why I recommend keeping it separate, because if it's in your personal account, you pay bills, or you go get groceries, or you pay your credit card with your money that you're making from your business. And I don't suggest you do that. That's just my personal opinion, and I would probably think that that would be your business advisor, your banking advisor would probably suggest that as well too. So highly recommend doing that if you are getting income from a small business. So that is it for today's video, you guys. I know you always enjoy seeing these videos. I'm so sorry it is late. I'm trying to get back on track. I'm hoping by next week that I will be back on track and I will be able to do some cash stuffing and get all organized, because it's been a whirlwind like you would have seen in my last video. So that is it for today's video. Make sure that you please give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. We would love to have you join the family here, and we will see you next time.